The flat Earth theory suggests that our planet is shaped like a flat disk, rather than the spherical globe we're all familiar with. Whether you believe the Earth is flat or round, please watch this entire video carefully, because you may just learn something new and surprising that changes your whole perspective. Flat Earth is one of the most controversial topics of our time, often the source of many heated discussions. So let's present the most compelling arguments from both sides and maybe uncover some different perspectives in the process. Let's begin with perhaps the most prominent argument for flat Earth believers, the observation of the horizon. They claim it always appears flat, with no visible curvature. If the Earth were indeed spherical, there would be noticeable curvature, especially when viewing vast landscapes or bodies of water. Even from high vantage points like tall buildings, mountains, and plane or helicopter views, the horizon always appears perfectly flat. Scientists respond by explaining that the curvature is indeed present, but appears subtle due to the vast size of our planet. Consider your view while riding in a car or train, and how the objects furthest away seem to be moving slower than the closer ones. Flat Earthers also point out that only NASA and other space agencies ever provide any images of the curvature of the Earth, implying that those images are altered to support the round Earth lie. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, you need to be at least 10,668 meters, about 35,000 feet, above the ground to be able to observe the Earth's curved horizon. So, aside from riding a spacecraft from NASA or one of those other space organizations, you probably won't be seeing the curvature of the Earth with your own eyes. Ancient cultures simply didn't have the technology to allow people to reach those altitudes. The world around them did appear to be flat and stationary, being limited to observations from their own point of view. Another convincing flat Earth argument came from some airplane pilots who publicly expressed that they never noticed any curvature of the Earth to adjust for, even when traveling perfectly straight for hundreds or thousands of miles at the same altitude. A curvature of the Earth should require downward adjustments every 80 miles or so to prevent flying out into space, right? Certainly, this must prove the flatness of the Earth. The scientific response to this points to two major factors being disregarded. First, planes lock in their altitude to remain constant based on the terrain below them. This prevents them from progressively increasing their altitude until they end up in space. Secondly, the Earth's gravity remains constant no matter how far away you travel from your starting point. Even though gravity itself is often not embraced as factual by flat Earth believers, it ties in with the reason planets are round in the first place. All planets in our solar system are round because of it. They're held together by their own gravitational pull, which has the same strength from all angles, causing a round and even shape. All planets are round, some more perfectly than others, like Mercury and Venus. Some are not quite as round, being slightly squished like a beach ball being sat on, but still round. Jupiter and Saturn, for instance, are a bit larger in the middle. They bulge out along their equators as a result of the way they spin. Their extra width around the middle is known as equatorial bulge. Throughout history, flat Earth perception is certainly nothing new. It's actually the original assumption from the early days of civilization, until many observations eventually indicated a spherical shape. There are many descriptions of the Earth as flat in the history of ancient civilizations, as well as in the Bible. The world was described as a disk in the ocean by ancient Egyptian and Mesopotamian records. An Iraqi tablet dated to 1000 BC shows Babylon at the center of a flat disk, while Anaximander believed Earth was a flat disk at the top of a cylinder. Aristotle, who lived between 384 and 322 BC, was among the first to recognize the Earth's spherical shape. He observed lunar eclipses and realized that only a round sphere could create such a circular shadow. Around 500 BC, most ancient Greeks believed the Earth was round. They had no clue how big the planet was until around 240 BC, when Eratosthenes devised a method using geometry for estimating the Earth's circumference by comparing the size of shadows cast by the sun in different locations. Sailors and navigators also gathered evidence of the Earth's curved shape in several ways. They observed the way stars appeared to move from their usual locations in the sky as they traveled to different parts of the world. And on traveling from one hemisphere to the other, they saw constellations they had never seen before. They also noticed how ships approaching in the distance appeared in stages, with their topmost parts appearing first before the decks and hull. In the 1830s, Samuel Robotham, a British writer, revived the flat Earth concept as rebellion against rapid scientific progress at the time. His followers believed that the Earth was a disk with the North Pole at the center with a huge wall of ice surrounding the edges. Flash forward to 1956. The International Flat Earth Society was founded by Samuel Shenton in Britain, who was the first to come up with the more familiar modern-day concept of a flat Earth. However, the society was mostly considered to be just a small group of British eccentrics. Samuel Shenton was a well-known speaker and conspiracy theorist, often seen on television and in newspapers promoting his views. Shenton's interpretation of Genesis suggested that the Earth was a flat disk centered on the North Pole, with the South Pole being just a surrounding wall of ice. The sun was believed to cast a beam like a flashlight that traced circles which varied over the course of a year to cause the change of seasons. Shenton passed away in 1971, but the society was revived again in 2009 due to the rise of the internet and social media, and held annual conferences to entertain a variety of different beliefs. The society made models to portray the view of Earth as a disk covered with a dome of stars called the firmament, but I'll tackle that subject in a future video. To this day, the idea that Earth is flat continues to have an enduring hold on millions of people. The belief has been re-empowered and promoted on social media, despite plenty of scientific evidence that disproves it. Despite space travel, modern satellite imagery, and the measurement of Earth's gravity confirming a spherical Earth, some still believe the Earth is disc-shaped and hemmed in by the ice-covered island of Antarctica, while constantly speeding upward, giving us the illusion of gravity. In conclusion, the public's distrust of government and official scientific sources, the perpetuation of conspiracy theories, and the use of social media to spread misinformation are some of the trends that scientists and researchers have found to be the root of the movement's appeal. Scientists are becoming concerned by the popularity of flat Earth ideas, and many have launched their own social media campaigns to debunk them. They hope to eventually overcome these perceptions by integrating better instruction of thorough, evidence-based science with efforts to rebuild public confidence in scientific organizations. So, whatever side of the debate you happen to be on, let's all stay open-minded and respectful of the opposing points of view, appreciating the diverse perspectives that exist within our global community. Remember, the pursuit of knowledge is a journey, and evidence-based research is crucial to forming well-informed opinions. We're all in this together, so let's continue to explore, learn, and evolve in our understanding of this incredible world we live in.